Good morning. It is Monday. It's time for us to get this day going. Tag a friend, share, like, and share, like, and share. Host your watch party. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, we're excited this morning because guess what? We're going to talk through this birthing process. We're going to get this thing started. We are talking about his promises, those promises that are in all of us. And yes, I know you might see over here in the top corner, the book cover. We've been waiting on it. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's here, it's here, it's here. Good morning, good morning. Yes, I'm excited to see you guys this morning. It's a beautiful day. Yes, God's Zone was on fire, wasn't it? Awesome, awesome stuff. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. Yes, guys, it is going to be a great day. I'm excited. I know that you are. So let's see what we have going on. As you come on, do go ahead and like and share. Like and share. Let's keep it going. I'm excited. It's a great day. I don't know what's going to be in store, but I'm excited that he said, you know what? We are up, we're alive, and we're going to get it going. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me make sure my notes are up and ready. Don't want to be distracted, want to be obedient. So I'm excited this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. It is Monday. Can you believe it? It seems like, I promise you, this year is rocking and rolling. It is going by like at the speed of light. So I'm excited about it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, it is Monday. Do like and share, like and share, like and share. Tell a friend, tag a friend. And I'm prayerful that your connection is going well because I see mine. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you guys for sharing. I hear some of the shares. Let me turn all my devices down. I realize that everything is connected. So good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm excited because I'm talking about birthing his promises, and not just my promise, the promise that he gave me, but I want to talk to somebody this morning because I know it looks different for each and every one of us. So when I think about the process that I have gone through as it relates to just, you know, myself going through my own pregnancy with my son and moving forward in life, it has been very difficult. And this morning, as I was meditating, I got up this morning and I listened to the God Zone and I was praying and meditating, and the message is that we're in a rewind. So the message was about El Rohi, the God who sees me. And on that particular day, I did the testimony. So I listened to Avril this morning and it touched my spirit because I said, okay, Lord, I know you have me in alignment. And because it's amazing that this week you told me already to talk about the birthing process. So I was like, okay, we're going to go ahead and go through the birthing process. We're going to talk about it. But it's something about being able to have his promise birth within us. And I went back and I said, you know, when we find out that we are pregnant, we go through a lot of different emotions. Some of us are excited, some are happy, some sad. There's a level of anxiety, and we're just trying to figure it out because it's the uncertainty of knowing what's going to happen, because your body is going to go through all these different changes. And it's like, oh my goodness, you know, am I coming or am I going? Like, how is this thing going to work out? And more than anything, I thought about my own pregnancy, because when I gave birth to my son, which he'll be 23 on this Saturday coming up, I was 23 years old. So I was excited in that time, but I was also afraid and I was concerned. And his dad was excited because I wasn't married. His father and I had not been together long. And I was thinking, wow, in my excitement about the opportunity that God saw it fit for me to be able to give birth to a child, I'm like, what are people going to say? What are they going to think about me? Because yeah, I had finished my bachelor's degree. I was working, but I still was living at home with my mom. I'm like, how is this going to work out? And I went through and I got past all of that, worrying about what people were going to say, because I realized I wasn't the first person to get pregnant and not be married. So, you know, God was like, relax and chill. I got this. I got you. It's no mistake. It's no error. Then I got past that, and I started getting sick in the process. Every evening I experienced sickness. Like, I'm talking about, I felt like everything was just coming to an end. I would literally be pulling up to the house. I'm sick. I'm not feeling well. In the morning, I was fine. But by the nighttime, I was a wreck, and then I started thinking, okay, Lord, am I going to make it past the first trimester? Because now I'm reading books. I'm looking at stuff. I'm trying to figure it out. How is this thing going to work for me? And I was also in Corrections Academy at the time. So I was marching, I was walking, we were doing exercises and activities. I'm like, it's so many different things going on. How am I going to balance all of this? And then my body started changing. I started to feel the changes. I started to grow. I started to be stretched, and not just in my body, but in my mind, in my thought process. God was preparing me. And in that season, he taught me to wait. He taught me to listen, and he truly helped me to develop my faith so that I could be obedient to what he was calling me for, because I was just excited about having a baby. I didn't know which direction I was going, but he was starting a series of events in my life that would change the course of who I would be, the woman that I was becoming. And I thought about it because in that season, I didn't share initially with everybody. I shared with one person, and that was my cousin, Yvonne. And it made me think of, like, in Luke, when Mary shared her pregnancy with Elizabeth. Elizabeth was wiser. She was more experienced. And Elizabeth's words were in Luke 1:42, blessed are you among women, and blessed is the fruit of your womb. And those were the words that my cousin spoke into me, into my life. And it made a difference, and because I was in a situation where I wasn't in a bad relationship. Everything was good, but I was like thinking about what people would say. And El Rohi had to let me know, I see you. I know what's going on with you. I got you. You don't have to worry about it. So moving on, a few years ago, I, of course, started with Freedom by Design, which was my ministry. It was my baby, because God did promise me that I was going to have a baby. Frank and I, we actually went through all the processes to try to get pregnant and have a baby. And like some people, you know what I did? I bought a onesie. I had it on my dresser. I washed it for 2 years. It was there as we were going through the process. And it didn't come to pass. When we moved from that location, I packed it up because I was like, well, God, you told me that I was going to have a baby. You told me, it wasn't what somebody else said. You told me. So I didn't understand, but I said, you know what? Let me try to figure it out. Am I supposed to go through alternative methods? What am I supposed to do? And he allowed me to try to do it myself. And then he said, you know what? Now you're ready. And through my husband, he spoke a word to me. Through my husband one day said, Kat, you're supposed to write a book. You need to write a book. And I dismissed it. I'm like, boy, ain't nobody write no books. I did my dissertation. I don't want to write any kind of books. But something down in my spirit said, he's right. It's time for you to birth the baby. And I'm like, what? Now here comes Freedom by Design. I'm like, okay, you gave me this. This is what I'm supposed to do. And I thought Freedom by Design was just about me just encouraging people and being motivational and being done with it. But in that process, over that first year of me doing Freedom by Design, it changed. My messages changed. They started to sound different, look different, because he started pulling me in. I started studying more. I started meditating. I started spending time with him. So I couldn't just come on here and say anything. I had to be obedient to what he was telling me to say in that season. And guys, I promise you, as I began the process of birthing Freedom by Design, it was hard. It wasn't easy. I thought it was going to be easy, but I was struggling with my flesh, and I was struggling with the spirit man saying, hey, this is the direction you need to go. And I'm like, okay, well, no, I'm supposed to talk about this. And I had to really surrender everything. And I went through labor pains just like I went through with my son. And I can remember it because relationships ended painfully, not easily, painfully. I was exposed to myself by God, my weaknesses, my insecurities, it hurt going through that pregnancy. It wasn't easy. And part of it I went through right here so everybody could kind of see the transformation, but it wasn't about me. It was about the person on the other end that would be able to see my journey. And it was about God being able to get the glory. So somebody saw, if he could use broken me to do this, then guess what he can do for you? The sky is the limit. And I thought about it. I said, you know what, Lord, I'm so grateful, because in that process of being stretched, torn, feeling uncomfortable, I began to learn so much about myself. I began to receive my spiritual gifts. I began to purge and cleanse. And it was a lot going on. And I realized, again, exposed, because when I say exposed, I'm talking about me, how he exposed me through the process. And this weekend, I was listening to a message from T.D. Jakes, and he talked about the midwives, pain and passion. And I was like, I thought about the end of, as I came to the end of this journey and the pain that I went through. I was missing deadlines because the pre-launch was supposed to be another time. I needed certain things from other people that I wasn't getting in the time that I was supposed to get it, but it was a delay. It was not a denial. And there were so many other things that compounded all of that made it feel like I wasn't able to breathe in certain situations. I felt so, and I don't like the word, but I felt overwhelmed. I was struggling trying to get it together, but I kept pressing on. When I thought I was at the breaking point, that's when God stepped in and said, "You ready? It's time for you to go ahead and launch," because he knew I had completely surrendered myself to him. And that's when he said, "Okay, here's your launch date," which I'm gonna tell y'all in a second. And I text my girlfriend, I talk about her all the time, Bernadette, and she said, "You and your vision right now are alone on an island because you're right there. You're at the end, you're right there. Everything now has fallen into your lap." So guys, when you get to that point and you're like, "Oh my God, nobody is helping me," sometimes it's not meant for anybody else to help you. Sometimes God has to pull everybody else and everything else away so that you'll be able to move forward and do the thing that he has called you to do. And she said, when it's time to birth the baby, that's when it's the hardest. It's the hardest thing to do, is that final push. And she told me, she was like, "So push harder than ever before." And guys, I promise you, I cried. I contracted. It has been so much pain behind the smile. That's why when I posted the post the other day, but family, I pushed and I kept pushing. And it was just like when I birthed my son, that pain was excruciating. But the minute he came out, the pain went away. It was hard, but I don't still feel the pain. And instantly I was okay. So guys, exposed, revealed in his presence. The pre-launch will occur on this Friday, August the 7th. So yes, get ready so you can get your copy, so you can buy a copy for a friend. We're excited. God has already told me the great things that's about to happen through Exposed. I'm excited. I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you. I don't know what happened with my technology, but he can't have his way this morning because we're excited about the great things that are going to happen. So I pray, and I'll tell you a little more about my story. I won't give everything away because you got to get the book and read it. But it's some stuff in there that I feel like will connect with men and women around the world, because sometimes he does have to expose us to ourselves. We're so busy looking at other people and saying, "Woe is me," and I wasn't born with everything that I should have had or what they had. But it isn't about that. It isn't about them. It's about him. It's about the faith walk. It's about your journey. It's about you completely and totally surrendering. I am Miss Checklist, check it off, get it done, do it right. He had to get me and continues to do a work in me as it relates to his timing, not mine. So guys, those promises that are inside of you that you're getting ready to birth, that he has already impregnated you with, get ready for the road ahead. You have been built for a time such as this. And I told you guys the other week when I was walking, and he kept saying, "You have to go 3 times." And I didn't understand, why am I going? He was like, "You got to build your stamina up." Today I understand, but then I didn't, why I had to keep going so I could build that stamina. Guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Look forward to the pre-launch, which is coming on Friday, so you can get your copy of Exposed, Revealed in His Presence. God bless you guys and have a fantastic day. I love you.